I fooled you, didn't I? I didn't transition. Good morning. Yes, this is my morning bedhead. Get used to it. This is what happens at morning coffee talks. Anyway, hang on a minute. Let me change something. Okay. There we go. That's better. I can see me now. All right. So, I might have to pull this shit back. Anyway, I am going to have a little coffee and I am going to wait for a minute because yay. Okay, I can play with it like that. That's nice to know. Anyway, I'm just gonna say that right now, empaths, we're kind of messing things up. I mean, I have to take responsibility in that too because in our superpower of being able to feel things, well, you know that sometimes when we feel things and we don't understand them, and we feel them so deeply, and some shit's coming from other people, and we don't understand that, we start projecting our feelings, even though they're not our feelings, but we don't understand yet they're not our feelings because we're actually absorbing them from other people. But just like we absorb them from other people, we can also give them to other people. And I'm coming on here because I realized this. Oh, sorry about that. I realized this a long time ago that, there's a certain power we have once we get a hold of it. And it's a very important power because it's a healing power, it's a balancing power. Once we understand when we're feeling our emotions, which I don't know about you, but usually I'm happy all the time because I have nothing to be sad about. I mean, I don't lie, I don't cheat, I don't steal. I have things to be sad about outside of me because people sometimes with masks on. And and sometimes we as empaths feel like we're kicking ourselves because we don't see the masks. Hi, Helen. Of course we do. You're here now. So I'm doing like a morning coffee talk, what I call a coffee talk, where I talk to people. And yeah, Helen, you have good things coming. But I don't need the cards for that. We all do. Okay? We all do once we get the right perspective. Now, empaths. I don't know about you, but before I realized I was an empath, I felt totally schizophrenic. I mean, before I realized that I was actually feeling the emotions of other people around me, and I really felt nuts. I mean, I was afraid. Now, we know more about how people are empathetic, which actually we're more than empathetic. We're all actually empaths, and we're all actually psychic, and we're all actually connected. So, Helen, you could actually answer your own question if you understood a few things about you. One of the things is we're not crazy, okay? When the Native Americans found somebody different, like something that doctors now call schizophrenia or bipolar or whatever the hell you want to say. You know, the Native Americans used to take that child and they would bring them to a shaman, and that child would live with the shaman and learn the shamanic ways because that child is a shaman. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But that child would have a difficult life with it being a child, a blank slate. I mean, it gets when children come into the world, okay, they are literally taking in everything around them. They take children like this to a shaman because they're very precious. It's very, very important how this child is raised so it can live to its full potential. But the world says we should raise a child like this and we should raise a child like that, and anything different is bad. And we put a child over there, but we injure that child in a bad way. And we have a lot of beautiful injured empaths out there. Now, keep in mind, they start feeling, hi, Irie, good morning. Now we start feeling, and as deep as we feel the good, we can feel the bad. Now we have to take our responsibilities for our powers, okay? And this is why bad stuff happens to us and we don't understand why, because we're good people, right? Right? Yeah. Okay. Well, have you ever noticed how you can walk into a room? I mean, I can do this. I do this a lot. I can walk into a room and everybody's doing this, looking down at their feet, feeling all, nobody's having a good day. And you can feel that, and you want to go, everybody. That's what empaths do. They suddenly feel part of the crowd because they are. They're very deeply connected to these people. And that's what we tend to want to do, okay? Is feel them and go, oh, poor baby. But sometimes that's not our job, is to go over and coddle them. Because that is empowering a very low vibration to identify with it. Let's not identify with this vibration, all right? Where is that vibration going to get us? Come on, we all have to be responsible. This is responsible co-creation. So, has anybody that knows they're an empath walked into a room of a bunch of bummers? And I don't care if somebody has died, and that's heavy, but I'm serious here. You can literally shift the energy of the room by what you project. I have literally walked into a room of all these people. And when I walked out, there was not a dry eye in the place. And every one of those people were standing up tall. We can do that. If we don't feel that our job is to feel so deeply that we have to identify and feel sorry for these people. We're not there to feel sorry for them. We're there to help them. Feeling sorry for people does not help them. It enables them. It's okay to feel bad for their situation, but unless they get a new perspective of what's possible to get out of where they're at, then it's going to feed more of that, because literally emotions are catching. They're so powerful. They're not weak. Emotions are catching. That's why they have us all in this state of. So What do we do? What has society taught us to do? To literally put on a mask and put on a smile, even when we're feeling this way. So we'll be accepted. So, why do people put on a mask? Do you know? Have you thought about this? Because we got to look at these mask wearers, because many of them are damaged empaths out there projecting pain. Not meaning to, keep in mind. But do you know why we do that? And it has nothing to do really with society, because once you're strong in yourself, you say fuck those masks. It's because a lot of hurt people need to feel accepted and loved. All right. We're communal people. It's natural to be connected. Well, see, here's the thing about negativity, all right? It's part of the balance. And that's exactly right, Gina. Exactly. What we have to do is we have to change the way we look at these emotions, all right? We have so demonized something that is meant to be a tool, all right? The wisdom of these emotions. Now, we know emotions are strong, right? True. I mean, there's a little child inside of you, an innocent little child. I'm going to call it your divine truth, because that's what it is, that little innocent child inside of you. What you dreamed about when you were a kid. It's probably what you're supposed to be doing. I dreamed about being a lot of things, which is really kind of all wrapped up in one in what I'm doing now. So it's kind of funny. Um, anyway, so people put on masks so they can feel safe and accepted, because they can't feel safe and accepted how they are. That's why the child shaman went to a shaman, all right? Because he was an empath. He was special to learn what a superpower these emotions are. Seriously. You can go into a crowd. How many of you have walked into a motivational speaker? I've never been to one, honestly. But how many of you walked into a motivational speaker and walked out feeling freaking awesome? Or watched one on YouTube or whatever you want, whatever. Or, TED. Yeah? You know why that is? Because that person was probably an empath, understanding what people needed, and he was up there projecting what they needed. And you, Ivory, being an empath, you felt it. Yes, it's a feeling. All right? We all have the power to influence other people's energy in co creation. All right? But we only have to do that. We only have that power when we're living our truth. Because without that, we have to hide that truth and put on a mask. And that's what they want you to do, is put on that mask, because that's hiding your truth. That's hiding your true power. Think about this. Now, a lot of people don't understand this. Now, what do you think our job would be next as empaths? Because as empaths, we feel all this pain and it's everywhere, but we don't know what to do about it, right? So let's figure it out. I have some ideas I mean, we can only do us, right? We can't really change anyone, but we can possibly change something we're doing different to where we can, I don't know, it's worth a try. And that's what I'm here saying is this is what I'm finding with people with masks is they end up being broken empaths, right? And their projection is strong, and I'm a strong empath. We end up marrying each other. And this is what's going on. Okay, we have two good broken people. Even, I don't care how strong of an empath you are. This will affect you, especially with soulmate energy. Think about it. When this is going on, everybody's masks are fully on because they're in full protection mode. How do we get those masks off? I mean, you're an empath. What would make you take your mask off if you were in full protection mode? And this is why I try not to go into full protection mode, because number one, I don't need it because I understand the wisdom of both love and pain. Okay. Okay. So, in leading by example, we usually walk away. It's the safest thing for empaths to do, right? We usually walk away, and sometimes we have to. It's not something we like to do. Hi, Michael. Hi, Al. Um, okay. I might do readings a little bit later. I did like 4 hours yesterday, Al. I might do some later. Right now, I'm kind of chatting with empaths because I'm chatting about responsibility and understanding. Anyway, I thought about it, Michael. I don't care why you want it. You can have your papers. Anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Al. Um, Al, how's your relationship to yourself, sweetheart? All right. Right now, I'm thinking about healing, not relationships. If you think about healing yourself, you won't worry about relationship healings because that won't be a need and you'll find the right person that way. Hi, Helen. Yes, we all do. Anyway, the thing about the empaths is we have to change our perspective on emotions, all right? I don't know what's going on with Chad, but it's going crazy, so it's doubling up. We have to change our perspective on emotions because a lot of people are afraid of pain because pain hurts. Yeah, it sucks. Truth. But here's another thing about pain. We've been through a bunch of it, and we're all still here, so it doesn't kill us. What does kill us is the lack of love. I mean, it doesn't physically kill us, but it changes our ability to influence the world in a big way. Anyway, that kind of troubles me because that means that instead of taking that little wounded child, which we put under a mask, it just wants a hug, and we're so afraid that the big person might catch a little feelings and get hurt that they don't even see love when it's there, so that that child can be hugged. They push it away. They're afraid of it because of pain. But yet, there's wisdom to pain. It doesn't kill us. All right. It makes us sit with ourselves. Yeah, that kind of sucks sometimes, depending on who ourself is. And then it makes us sit with that other person. I mean, the interaction. It makes us want to dig a little deeper. If you're a true empath, anyway. Because you know what? Pain isn't, there. Okay, I'm not getting multi-stream here for some reason. Hang on. All right, there's a lot of thoughts on childhood scars. First of all, they're real because emotions are real. And we look around the world today and we wonder, why can't I find love? Well, we're taught to be a physical society. You know, wham bam, thank you, man. That makes me happy. So you keep wham bam and thank you, ma'am, or whatever. And you're still not fulfilled. You're still not happy. You have all the money you want. Still not happy. Still empty. What's going on? Well, that's not all the shit that makes you happy. And that's the secret to emotions. So, when we don't when we don't understand pain, we run from it. It hurts us. It hurts us badly. It hurts us so badly that we hurt others because hurt people hurt people. Well, first you have to look at yourself honestly. You have to look at your behaviors, your actions. You know, you have to understand it too. It's co-creation. We have to leave room for that or it's just all about you, and that's no fun for anyone. And somebody who's trying to make a society or, you know, a collective. Yeah. Some people are so wounded they refuse to look at themselves and their actions, no matter what they think. But childhood wounds are real. I spent 7 years in my basement taking care of mine. Because I knew I was wounded. And I didn't want to hurt other people. And I knew I had the ability to do that. So I didn't. I took responsibility because I knew the want that I was feeling was my ego. Because I wasn't the kind of person I wanted to date yet. When I started dating, guess what? It was a big decision, and I didn't do it lightly. So, we're look. I mean, a lot of people are out there looking, seeing what they think they want for reasons, good reasons, because all that shit's in there. But here's the thing about empaths: we want to like fix broken people so bad, but we can't. And that energy starts happening. It's an imbalance. And it doesn't matter where or who it's coming from. And here's the part that we have a problem with. When that imbalance happens, it's time to let go. And then you find out what's what. If, for some reason, you do things, vindictive things, you know, taking the masks off means that you're honest in communicating with people. You're honest. If you're hurt, you display hurt. You're angry, you're hurt. Here's the thing about hurt. Would you be hurt if you didn't love? Would you be angry if you didn't love? Just curious. I should be telling you something about love yet. Or anger. We looking at it the wrong way, just like pain. Pain hasn't killed us yet. Like everybody's running from love because they're afraid of pain. Is it really worth giving up true love to protect yourself? To think only of yourself? To walk all over everybody's rights to have their dreams and their just to no. Don't ever let somebody do that to you. Is it worth the pain to see if they won't? Absolutely. Because here's the thing. If you're coming to the table real and true and you love, well, pain, there's a wisdom to pain, all right? Pain, here's the thing about pain. We make it one of two things, okay? And you can think of it physical, you can think of it communication, you can think of it emotionally. Pain is either a guidepost or a stop sign. It's up to you. If it's a stop sign, I hate to tell you, you ain't learning the wisdom of pain. You're using it as an excuse to not be responsible. Oh, there's a little pain. Fuck that. I'm over here. And then you go into a more situation that you're comfortable with that you weren't happy with anyway, that you were just saying, oh, there's pain on. And you refuse to take a new route. You just stay on the same road. You just jump off the side a little bit every once in a while. You're still on the same fucking path. If you want something different, you have to be different. End of story. But love doesn't come from fear. Love doesn't come from fear because what fear does is it takes over your mind. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at that point. Um, who's feeling what? You get that shit out of you, the pain. Get the shit out of you and go on with life. Not in co-creation. Destiny is, if you claim it. If not, you claim your fate. That's up to you. But my destiny is not in the hands of your fate if you choose fate. Or your destiny is not in the hands of my fate if I choose fate. Which I don't choose that. Anyway, however you want to see it, it's yours. Whether you let somebody walk all over your dreams, that's your choice. There has to be time when somewhere along the lines you choose your destiny over your fate. You know what's inside you. That little pure, innocent, beautiful child that is not wounded. Hi, Jen. Mary, meet my sister. We're talking about empaths and masks and why people put them on, all right? There's a lot of good people out there. And, and I'm also going to mix this in with this whole narcissistic witch hunt, okay? You can tell a narcissist by their victims always feel the same way, all right? But all these narcissistic things, hi, Jen, all these narcissistic things that I'm seeing, you know, these are actual normal, some of them are normal human responses to stress hormones, normal biologic responses to stress hormones, flight and fight or flight mechanisms. All right. Truth. I know, sweetheart. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to, like, there's a lot of people coming to me with this same problem, and this whole all these planet energies and trying to peel the layers of the onions so we can just get back to the center of ourselves and just be kind to each other. Hi, sweetheart. Um, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Um, that's exactly what we do. We know the truth that's inside of us, and no matter what anybody does, we have to be that truth that's inside of us, which is why Michael can come get his paperwork. We need to talk. But what others do with it, well, you should be. Here's the thing about masks, all right? This is what I'm trying to say. People have masks on for a reason because they're hurt. They don't feel safe. We have to look at things differently. So bad. Like anger, like pain. There's wisdom in pain. If you keep having the same kind of pain, that's called a pattern, and there's a deeper meaning for it. And there's always there's symptoms. We keep thinking, oh, here's a problem. Let's throw all our energy at this. But yet, that problem keeps happening and keeps happening because nobody learned. Yeah, but see, it doesn't matter about them. We are letting people with masks affect us, all right, in such a way. And we have such a gift to give. And we're so afraid of being hurt that we don't do it. And then when we think we do it, something happens, and then, I don't know, people go fucking insane. I don't get it. But then, if one goes insane, then the other tends to go insane because that's how deep the connections are. All right? That's the way it works. We start mirroring each other and feeding off each other. We need to stop this because we need to start looking at this pain differently instead of looking at anger and getting instantly defensive. We have to be able to know that this person wouldn't be angry if there was not love. It's about time, Jen. It's about time. I mean, you know that apart doesn't necessarily mean forever. Maybe we need to be apart to reorganize, who we are enough to understand that maybe that person fits in our life differently than what we thought. Or maybe we have to, like, maybe there's an imbalance in energy and one has to, you know, it's okay. Just have faith. Have faith in the process, sister. You got this. Okay? Anyway, so we have the spirit pain. So we're not doing our jobs. We're not doing that thing that we're supposed to do. You know? And pain is a mechanism. It's one of the most transforming mechanisms on this planet if we let it. Just like love. Yes. Yes, Jen, you got this, sister. You do. We all do together. We can do this together. I swear we can. But as long as we're like not coming to an understanding that there is a center to us. All right, there's a true center to us. Call it God, call it whatever the fuck you want to. I don't care. There is a center that is called, well, it's eternity. It is the only thing that lasts forever. Let's think about it that way. It is the consciousness of the thing that lasts forever, knows everything. Okay? Um, that has a certain language it speaks. And you find that language, or the language that we most closely relate that energy to, in your heart. We call it emotions. Now, that energy has to stay pure, all right? So to bring its message here through us for our understanding, because we are physical, right? It can't be physical or have the understanding of physical, or it would not be able to stay pure. Okay? So there's the eternal energy, there's the 4D energy where the interdimensional angels, demons, ghosts, whatever you want to call it. That's more their realm, and there's a physical understanding of the universe because the universe is also finite. So when I speak about the eternal understanding, it's a pure energy. It's that child inside of you. It can be Michael if you let it. Anyway, now I see a lot of people with a lot of childhood issues. I do. And bless them. I don't blame them. My family is one of them that's fucked up. I have been fighting the identity of my family all my life and what they represent and the mindset. I mean, it's not they're bad people, all right? Because they want to be good people, but they're one of these damaged empaths that don't know their power and what they do. I sat back and watched my family. I was a baby. And in a way, I was blessed. Because I saw them do terrible things, not just to themselves, but to each other. And it was hard. But I have to appreciate that because it gave me the opportunity to see things from a different point of view that wasn't that one. I didn't want to be that. I knew that. But some people, that's all they know. You know, like my brother. I had to give him a chance because I understood that my two older sisters, I understood what they were and what they were capable of, and he probably never had a chance to understand. But even when people are given the chance to understand, they're afraid because they're afraid of the pain. And we can't be afraid of these people. We have to love them anyway through the pain. It doesn't mean that we have to have that pain right there in our face every day, until they understand where this is coming from. Because it's hard to be who we are with that. Especially if we have a path to walk and we know what our path is in our soul. We know exactly who and what we are. It's hard. I mean, it's hard. Those of you who walk that path, bless you. Because I've been back and forth. 6 years ago, boom, I was huge. And it was the height of the toxic positivity bullshit. Everybody on a bandwagon of belief that was very harming. And I was like, wait a minute. Let's make some sense of this, people. Let's just think about what you're saying for a minute. Positive vibes only? Huh. Well, what if I'm not feeling positive? What if I'm not feeling positive right now? What if I need some help? What if I need some positive people around me because I'm not feeling. Why do you want me to put on a mask for your comfort? Why can't you just see me for who I am and understand my values and my integrity and my dignity? And allow me to see yours. And until we do that, I mean, full face. But see, people who have a mask on, they tend to act in ways that the reason they have the mask on is because they feel like they have to cop to the world. Otherwise, they won't be accepted in the world. Yet they know the world isn't acceptable right now. They know. And they don't know quite how to get out of it because they have this wounded child inside of them that does not trust their own divine spirit as truth. The divine spirit has one outcome. Everybody wins. There's no win at all cost because everybody wins. How do we make that happen? Yes, exactly. And that's how we help each other. We don't help each other by forcing them to be, you know, something they're not. Especially if they're honest with you from the beginning about who they are. You know? If you don't lie, if you don't cheat, if you don't steal, and you're honest. I tell people all the time, how many of you have known me for years? Years and years. I mean, I don't see any of my old people in here right now. How many times have I said, I'm real. Don't piss me off. Everybody's like, oh, you're so sweet. You're so this. You're so that. No, I am. But I have to protect that truth. And I will. Especially when somebody's untrue. And I have to sit back and wonder, why do they? What the fuck? You know? Stand up. Say you made a mistake. Say something. So you lied. I don't give a fuck. Be honest. Fix the situation. Make it right. Here's the thing about karma, guys. If you're sitting there going, there's a reason for it. That's called karma. Don't be so stupid you don't see it. If things are going bad, that's a response to your energy. If things are going good, that's a response to your energy. That is okay. It's a direct reflection of your divine connection. That's the truth. That's what you're doing to spirit. How you're honoring the truth that's inside you, which is spirit, which is one spirit. Here's how you know divine truth, people. You want to know the secret? If it's not true for every man, woman, and child on the planet, you cannot call it a divine truth. It's somebody's opinion. Divine truth is simple. It's never complicated. The only thing that's complicated is your ego. There you go. Divine truth. Divine truth is love. Now, people want to put that in a box too. Just like they do God. It's like, oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. You guys are defining eternal knowledge by what's in your goddamn head? Tell me how egotistical you are. Huh. And you're telling me I'm doing it wrong? Okay. How many of you have brothers and sisters? Because I got a ton of them. If you don't, you can borrow any of mine. I don't mind. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't will that on anybody. Think about it. How many of you have brothers and sisters? And those of you who didn't have your parents or whatever, think about father figures or mother figures or whoever was the guys. Now, did you have the same relationship with that person as, say, your brother or your sister? Or was it different? I mean, I totally had a different understanding of my father than my brother did. Think about this. It's important. Yes. Okay. So who am I to tell you what God is? I can just tell you what it isn't. But it is inside you. And sometimes we have to be that pain so people grow because they ain't smart enough to learn from love yet. Now, when we're children, here's something I want you to think about too. It's true. This is a proven fact. Scientific study. When we're children, we learn better from love than we do pain. As we're growing older and we learn good things from our parents, good things, we start changing our views to not trusting love and learning from pain. But we need to flip that switch back. Yes. Okay. You know, I wouldn't say it was probably the same with your brother, but it was similar because you and your brother are probably similar people. Anyway, Parker, are you Williams? Parker Williams, are you Williams' brother? Because he's one of my, I mean, since he was like 16. Oh my goodness, he was young. Poor baby. I felt so bad for him. Anyway, but you understand what I'm saying. Because other people's opinions of who we should be, when we let it, like, form us, That's when we get into this pain because there's a divine child inside of us. And we feel the pain physically. And let me tell you why. All right. Here's the truth. Your body loves your soul. It's the temple. It was created specifically to guard and house this very elemental piece of creation. All right? The key to everything. We, as humans, are here to be good stewards, not only to the earth, the animals, but also each other. That's our divine duty. Swear to God. So, anyway, and that's what our body is created for because the divine cannot be in the consciousness. Okay? But it does know balance. And that's our intuition. And our truth is our emotion. People say, no, your heart lies to you. Your heart will never lie to you, but your brain will make. I mean, trauma is literally, we rewired the normal divine child like way we come wired. This is a normal way, happy thinking. This is a normal path. But as soon as we get a trauma, all of a sudden, boom. Oh, shit, there's a rock in the road. We better try a different path. We better not think that way anymore. We better not feel that way anymore. Oh my God. So, suddenly that divine pathway is blocked by trauma, by somebody else's pain, no less. Oh, ain't you funny, Brad? I'll show you. Wait until I get on Facebook. Anyway, will somebody report him, please? I forgot where I was. See, people like that. That's what they're here for, just to piss you off so you lose distractions. All right. Anyway, so that has to stay pure vibration. Now, its knowledge inside of us knows balance, and it calls on us to be either or in any situation. All right. But when we don't do it, because we have these masks on, everything's out of balance and we have to control. We feel like, oh my God, I got to control this instead of being natural. Balance is natural. We have to honor it. And we don't. We have this fight between our head and our heart because we know our head interacts with the outside world and is what creates the separation or our ego. And as long as we're breathing, that's why I use the words toxic ego. Okay, because toxic ego, and I'm going to start about narcissism again. Okay, toxic ego is fight or flight responses. Sometimes they are from trauma. If there is enough trauma, there creates a pattern which just basically damages the part of that brain that doesn't ever really fire right again. It kind of short circuits, or you get brain damage. Sometimes that'll cause it, but it could totally, to be a narcissist, diagnosed narcissist, that part has to be totally dead. No response. But narcissistic responses to pain are natural right now. It's a fight or flight response. So we tend to get that way. And we have to not. So, anyway. How do we get below the masks? Don't be afraid of pain. It's not going to kill you. And if you actually love whoever that painful person is, remember, love is transforming, pain is transforming. If you honestly love, you will change that person. They will change, they can't help it. Just like pain makes us change. But we can't really let that change us in bad ways. It has to help us be more brave, I guess. South Korea with his mother, okay. Ah, you had one of them daddies, huh? He was busy. Yes, so did I. Jesus Christ. I'll tell you, some of the things we learn when we're children that we need to unlearn, and it's hard because that's when we learn not to trust. And once we learn not to trust, it's hard to because we don't understand pain. But we're still here. We've been through shitloads of it, but we're still here. I mean, why are we so afraid of pain? Oh, because we haven't learned from it. It's wisdom. So is love. Anyway, so when you see a person in a mask, you know why. Sometimes they are narcissistic because they're traumatized. There are very few actual narcissists on the planet. All this narcissist awareness is doing is the first time we see a natural stress response, we're going, narcissist, narcissist. Well, as somebody who has went through post-traumatic stress disorder from narcissistic, whatever. If you do that to somebody in that state after the horror they had because of that work and who they dealt with, huh, it could probably push them over the edge. That needs to stop. It's a witch hunt, and it is a way for people to be afraid of each other. It's more separation, it's more fear. What we have to do is get a hold of the victims and make them stronger. Because narcissists don't go after strong people. They look for those chinks in your armor. They look for those childhood traumas, and they fucking find them. We need to get stronger, and we can only do that with each other. And not by calling everybody narcissists for their pain. But we can also only do that by being honest about ourselves, you know. But anyway, guys, I'm tired. This was a biggie. I love you. We got this, Jen. Call me. Let me know what's going on. I gotta go take care of this Brad Wolf asshole. Anyway, blessed be, blessed namaste. I love you. You guys know how to get a hold of us. There's links down at the bottom. If anybody needs any help, we're there. People who wanted readings, there's reading links. There's ways to get a hold of us in the description. Read the description. Love you guys. Ivory, so good to see you again. And I still can't. Can I call you Des? I don't know. Despoina? 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 I don't know. I love you too. You're awesome. Bye, guys. Mike, you heard me.